topic that we're going to get to in this show today, guys, is this. We're going to get to the ladder climbing, guys, because we talk about ladder climbing often. And what is ladder climbing for many of you guys who don't know? Well, ladder climbing is continue to move until you can take the steps in a direction to where you ultimately are going to have success. That's what ladder climbing is. It's just as simple as that, right? If you want to become a CEO one day, what steps are you going to take in order for you to become a CEO one day, right? Are you working with people to help you meet that ultimate goal? If you want to become a father one day, what are the steps are you doing to become a father? That's ladder climbing, guys. That's exactly what ladder climbing is. And what I wanted to do is share with you a story of a young lady who is ladder climbing and has ladder climbed for a good amount of time within her career, and talk to you guys about how she was able to do it. I talked to you guys a lot about how I was able to do it, but I want to talk to you guys about how she was able to do it and share her story as well too. And there's going to be a lot of tidbits that we can actually take from this article. So let me get this on the screen. And here it is. Here it is. Her name is Whitney Curry. She's 35 years old, guys. 35-year-old, and she's ladder climbing, guys. I was the Zillow's first intern. Now I'm the CMO of a unicorn startup, Picasso. Here's how I climb the ranks. Here's how she climbed the ranks. Let's jump into this. I first broke into the real estate industry while I was a college student when I worked part-time at Windermere Real Estate corporate headquarters in Seattle in the summer of 2007. So she's young. She's 35 years old, guys. Prior to my senior year of college, I became the first intern at Zillow, which launched in 2006. Guys, I want you to hear something. Prior to her senior year of college, she interned at Zillow. For many of you who follow this channel who are in college, we talk about the importance of internships. Guys, you need to make sure that you have at least one internship by the time you graduate. I suggest more. Try to have at least 3 or 4, because what is that going to do for you? Well, that's going to allow for you to enter the job market right away. You got companies that are asking for years of experience for entry-level positions. Why? Because they're expecting for you to have internships. She had an internship at Zillow going to her senior year. Okay, I can tell you this. My story is I had an internship, an unpaid internship, going into my senior year. It set me up for success. It set me up for having a full-time job by the time that I graduated. So upon graduation, I accepted a full-time role at the company in marketing. Let me get here. Over my decade plus at Zillow, I climbed through the ranks to director of brand management as the digital marketplace became the premier destination for aspiring home buyers. You guys know who Zillow is. Zillow is the big real estate company. They were all in the news most recently for trying to do a whole bunch of flips on houses and how it didn't pay off, and they lost a whole bunch of money. Now those houses went back onto the market and so forth. But Zillow was a brand name company out there where a lot of people use, myself included, to find out a little bit more about the real estate market. What are these houses worth? Where are they at? And so forth. So I left and joined Picasso, a service that helps people buy and co-own second homes, in 2020 as the chief marketing officer. After getting denied from a Microsoft internship in college, a mentor of mine who knew I was interested in real estate suggested I apply at Zillow. I hadn't heard of the company and asked if he said pillow.
Damn!
If a company is pretty small and you don't know the name of them, right? Somebody says Zillow, you're like, what? It's not a big time company. She thought the name was actually Pillow. But Zillow was very small at the time, with less than 100 employees and virtually no brand recognition. I checked out the website, searched Zestimate, and an estimate of the home worth of all of my family's friends' homes, and was hooked. I decided to go for the road. So you think about it. She applied for big companies like Microsoft. She didn't get the internships there. She didn't get the role. So she said, okay, well, you know what? Let me just apply for other positions as an intern as well, right? Zillow was a small company, only 100 employees. She applied there. She used the technology, the software, to look at the estimates of her family's home and said, oh, wow, okay, my family's, houses are valued here, and it's pretty close to that. Then this technology actually works. And she committed to go working for the company, right? She committed to working for the company. So Zillow was small at the time that Spencer Rakoff, the co-founder and then CMO, interviewed me himself. Little did I know I'd be working with Spencer for more than 15 years at Zillow and now at Picasso. I started on the public relationships team, which was all Zillow's marketing at the time. I was the youngest person at the company for years. She was young. That's another thing too. She entered the workforce very, very young. Facebook had recently come on the scene and I had a profile. I quickly volunteered to run social media initiatives and dove headfirst into social and content marketing in addition to my day job of PR. She did extra stuff. She went above and beyond. She started to use technology. Being young sometimes has its advantages when you're entering the workforce. Why? Because you guys are more into the technology scene than some of us people who are millennials and older. You can do a little bit more. You know a little bit more about the technology stuff. Maybe not the business stuff because you haven't been exposed to it, but you may have a little bit more understanding of certain technology because you're using it. So she, was using technology like Facebook, and she chose to help them with their social media and their content marketing, although she was doing PR, right? I helped grow its profile to more than 3 million followers. I expanded into brand partnerships, focusing on government, industry, consumer relations, and then advertising. 12 years after I started, I decided I was ready to move on from Zillow. It was a hard decision because my career was still growing, but I wanted a fresh challenge. I took the summer off with my kids and planned on consulting as my next move. So she worked at Zillow, worked her way up to a director, guys, crushing it. Helping the company grow from 100 employees to, I don't know how many employees they had with the time she left, but she helped grow the company. She took some time off after a good 12 years or so and said, well, she after 12 years, she said, I needed something else. She decided to leave Zillow. What did she do afterwards? I took the summer off with my kids and planned on consulting as my next move. I co-founded Kingston Marketing Group with 2 former Zillow executives with a primary goal to expand my network and work across new categories beyond real estate. I love consulting because I was able to work on brands across pet care, publishing, media, and more. I continue to cheer this team on from the sidelines. So she helped start a company. We always talk about this, right? This is something that I talk about often. Guys, get to the bag. Make as much money as possible so you can go and do those things on the side. Or if you want to do it at the same time, do it. But you got to have money. You got to have investments. You got to do pretty well in your career in order for you to be able to do that. You think about Zillow, and she was, an intern, started there, worked for 12 years. They went public during that time. So she had a whole bunch of money. She made a whole bunch of money. Now she's able to leverage that to start another company using the skill sets that she's learned from working with Zillow. Kingston Marketing, she co-founded it. And now she's part of the company, but she watches it from the sideline. She watches it from the sideline probably more than likely as a investor. Not only that, as somebody who can counsel the team members as well too. I then started at Picasso as employee 11 in March 2020 and was a crucial part of launching the company in October 2020. Picasso became the fastest company to reach unicorn designation in March 2021, less than 6 months after launch. My primary responsibilities are driving demand, building a brand, and creating exceptional customer experiences online and offline. I gotta say that she very lucky to be able to work for some of these smaller companies, 100 employees, and watch them bloom to unicorns. Zillow, big time name. Just think about it. Back in 2006, nobody knew what Zillow was. Picasso, small company that just started. Real estate game. Now a unicorn. Still private. You just wait till they go IPO though. Now she's a CMO of a unicorn. They go public IPO. She's going to cash in again. So guys, don't always think about the big time companies, although they're hiring and so forth. If you have an opportunity to work for a unicorn and you get an opportunity to see their products and their products are actually working, why not? Or a smaller company before they become a unicorn. When you're young, you can do that. When you're young, you can do that. And when you're a little bit older, it's a little bit of a risk. But that's why you should have yourself set up to where if it is a risk, you're not going to, have a major setback in life. You're not going to have a major setback in life. So I didn't wait to be invited to the table. Let me go back. I then started at Picasso as employee number 11 in March 2020 and was a crucial part of launching, blah, blah, blah. My primary responsibilities are driving demand, building the brand, and creating exceptional customer experience online and offline. I didn't wait to be invited to the table. I pulled up my own chair with confidence, sat down, and started contributing time and time again. What do we talk about here, guys? You belong. Get there. Go and crush it. Pull up the seat to the table. Have the confidence. Contribute. Do more. Leverage the skills that you have. She didn't wait. She didn't wait to be invited to the table. She didn't wait. She didn't have to have somebody say, you should get in IT. Nah, she said, I'm getting in IT because that's where the money is. That's where many of you are making the decision to do it as well, too. You want to make the money, you want to get into tech. Go. Pull up a seat at the tech table. Go and get that money. It's there. It's out there for you. We're going to talk about companies that's hiring as well, too. Don't wait to be spoon-fed every opportunity. If you see white space, present a plan on why and how to fill it and start adding value. Guys, this is in the corporate world. If you see challenges within the company that you're at, you want to get ahead, you want to be known, call the problem out. What's the solution to the problem? Fix it. Add value. Add value. Use that same approach to get promoted. If you want to get promoted, she's telling you, guys, don't be spoon-fed every opportunity. Don't just wait on it. Nobody's, going to just promote you just to promote you. Nobody cares about you like that. You have to go and take it. Go sit at the table. Go sit at the table, I mean. Pull up a chair. You see opportunities? Go and explore those opportunities. Talk about them. See how you can resolve those issues, those challenges. Go campaign for yourself like Brother Damien does. You have to be intentional. You have to align yourself. You have to ask for it. Ask for what you want. I got Brother Steven Stern right now, a good brother of ours. Contracting role. Now he's been asked to go full time. We had a conversation. He was a bit concerned about asking for what he wanted from a salary. No, ask for it. If you ask for it, what's the worst they're going to tell you? No, and renegotiate with you? A lot of us we haven't been exposed to asking for what we want. And we got to get comfortable with asking for what we want. That's how you get promoted as well, too. We already talked about the visibility piece. Well, if you continue to pull a seat at the table and choose to sit there, you're going to have the visibility. You're going to be like, oh, crap, this person really wants it. You can pay for yourself. This person really wants it. You tell people what you want to do. This person really wants it. It's very important, guys. So she's saying it also helps to build a relationship with an internal sponsor who can help you navigate the process and advocate for you behind the scenes. That's very important, guys. That's very important. I dropped a video today on role models, mentors, coaches. There's going to be another video that drops on the sponsorship piece of it. Sponsors are important because these are the people that advocate for you. That's when you're not in the room. A position comes up. Antoine would be a good fit for that. I'm not in that room. You're not in that room the majority of the time when these decisions are made. Keep their name or your name on the tip of their tongue in a good way. That's why you need a sponsor. For instance, as an intern, there's no guarantee you will have a job waiting for you at the completion of an experience. I knew I wanted to start my professional career at Zillow. As my internship was coming to an end, I proactively asked Spencer to sit down and discuss my future. During this meeting, I pitched to Spencer on why I was ideal to join Zillow full-time and outlined my future plans to him. Moments like this where an individual takes a lead can be impactful in the decision-making process. When I coach people, a lot of the times, and they're going into a new role, we sit down and, explore a 90-day plan, 30, 60, 90 days. What is it that you need to be doing in your 30, 60, 90-day plan? Well, there's a lot of things you need to be doing. First of all, in your 30 days, you need to be telling your manager what you're going to be doing. And you need to be able to hit those objectives. But you also need to tell them that if you are a ladder climber, right, where you ultimately want to go. And also get a good understanding of what it is that you need to do in order for you to be successful in that role. What metrics, what objectives, what KPIs. It's very important. Say yes to new opportunities. Even say yes to the ones you think you might not be fully qualified for at that exact moment. When I expanded my scope at Zillow into media and brand strategy, I didn't yet know the advertising industry was drinking from a fire hose. Guys, don't be scared. Opportunity comes up. Opportunity comes up. You may not have that experience, but your company believes in you. Take the opportunity. I didn't know how I was going to perform when I went to the other side of the world and had to lead a country. Didn't know how I was going to perform. Didn't know anything about the culture. Didn't know anything about the language. I took the opportunity. Put you on a map. It puts you on the map. But I want to go back to something else she said. She wanted a full-time job. She went and took it. She sat down with the CMO at the time, one of the co-founders, and said, this is why I need to be full-time at your company. Ballsy. No. It's confidence. You want something, you go and get it. And if somebody stands in your way, it's kind of like being a bulldozer. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Even say yes to the ones that you think you might not be qualified for that exact moment. When I expanded my scope in Zillow in media and brand strategy, I didn't yet know the advertising industry was drinking from a fire hose. You're going to do that when you're new. You should be excited to drink from a fire hose every once in a while. Stressful, of course, but exciting. It means you're learning and you're growing. So I gobbled up books like Digital Gold when Picasso began to accept cryptocurrencies for a second home purchases in October in 2021, and online courses, and sought outside mentors that could help me quickly get up to speed. I figured it out. You can too. Gosh, went to a new company. Had to take on a new role. Had to learn about cryptocurrency. Pick up the book Digital Gold. Sought out mentors, coaches to help her get up to speed a lot faster